Hi everyone, this is Patrick, the Leaving Cert History tutor, and I got a pretty detailed email from an NQT during the week asking me the following questions. Now, I'm going to deal with the one in blue first, and I'll take the three in red together. Okay? Now, the blue question: how long would you spend on each section? Well, let's take my current fifth years. At the moment, we're doing American history. That will take me up to about the end of January. After that, then we will be moving to movements for political and social reform. That's the first Irish history section I do. Now that'll take us up to the end of summer. I'd say maybe the first month of sixth year, and then I'll be switching over to the NQT, or sorry, the DBQ. Excuse me, the DBQ, which of course for current students is Northern Ireland, and that will take me up to roughly about January of sixth year, and I will proceed then to do dictatorship and democracy. All right, so that would be my plan there. Now, the other three questions, let's have a look at these. I'm going to take the three of them together. How would you go about teaching a new topic in class? Would you read through the textbook, then write notes or use PowerPoints? What is the best and most efficient way of teaching a topic? Right, I suppose it's the third question that basically sums up the three in together. Okay, so this is how we do it. So at the moment now, I'm doing Martin Luther King after the Montgomery bus boycott. And to begin with, I would stress the following. Martin Luther King is a key personality, and Montgomery is a case study. Okay? Now, if I also have the opportunity to tie it into what's happening in the world or world events, I will do that. And of course, this year now, with Black Lives Matters and the summer we had, of course, it really helped to feed into what students were learning. So you take advantage of that if you have that opportunity. Aside from that, I would stress these. Right? So if they're key personalities, very important at ordinary level, they know all their key personalities, plus the importance of case studies, because a lot of the questions that come up in Leaving Cert, certainly at higher level, while they mightn't be writing account of the Montgomery bus boycott, they will be questions that, like, they're probably broader questions, but of course the case study will play an important part in those questions. Okay. Now, also at the start, I would highlight the possible test or assessment question they'll get at the end of this, and I suppose the one I would give here is discuss Martin Luther King's contribution to the civil rights movement. I'd also underline and stress the word contribution. That's the key word that when we come to that assessment, they need to be recycling and using, so that their answer is not mere narrative. Check that in the marking scheme. Examiners are not fans of mere narrative. After that then, I suppose once we begin, I don't really use the textbook. They have textbooks, and I will tell them, read them, maybe a chapter or a few pages ahead of a class. But generally, yes, I use PowerPoints like this one. But embedded in those, I will have different clips from YouTube. So, for example, this clip here now from John Green's crash course. By the way, he has some brilliant stuff on YouTube. Nice short videos, and if you've seen them, he has a great way of presenting information as well. That's very engaging for our students and our teachers. Speaking for myself. So I have a little note here telling me to go to 4 minutes. So to skip the first 4 minutes, and there's a nice recap of the civil rights movement that we've done so far. Okay? After that, then I'll probably use something like this. Now, it's in the book, of course, Martin Luther King's early life. However, it's videos like these. It's done in the style of a cartoon, probably aimed more elementary students in America, younger ones. But I have to say, the information is very good. It's a type of cartoon, and they find it engaging. Now, I do explain to them, don't be insulted by this, because it is pitched at younger students. But as we go through it, then I'll stop and pause, and maybe I'll say to them, what gem or nugget did we get from that? What outside reading can you bring to your notes and hopefully your next assessment? So I'm stressing that all the time with my classes, outside reading. And what is outside reading in this day and age? It's things like YouTube clips, right? And I suppose it just means as a teacher, you know, you go away, you find the clip, you know, 20 different versions of Martin Luther King biographies. Not all of them are great, but when you do come across the right one, it works very well in class. Okay, so we watch that video, and again, I'll have this in my PowerPoint and talk things like the basics. That if they're not in the video, or you know, if there's anything else they must have in their notes, I'll highlight those. Okay. So does that answer your question? Let's have a look at those again now. Did we achieve our learning objectives? Yeah. So I did the one in blue. So that's how I teach it. How would you go about teaching a new topic? Yeah. Stress things like case studies, key personalities. If there's anything in the news or current affairs, hop on that. Do you read to the textbook? Not really. They do that. They're supposed to. Write notes or use PowerPoints? Yes, we do a combination of that. We'll add to that what we do with YouTube as well, and what we use from YouTube. What's the best and most efficient way of teaching a topic? This works for me. Again, from a teacher point of view, purely selfish point of view, it saves the voice. All right. You know, it gives me a break from talking all the time. That we can go to a YouTube video and let that do the talking for us, and let it do the teaching too. And for students, I think it breaks up the lesson, you know, especially I have a lot of double histories, you know, and come on, listening to me for over an hour and 20 minutes, and you know, it can be tiring and trying. Okay, no, it's just a concentration, focus. You know, it helps to bring a new voice, a new approach, and like I said, there's some amazing stuff on YouTube on it to find it and take advantage of it. All right, so NQT, there are your answers to that question. I hope that helps you and helps anyone that watches this video. All right, lads, till next time. This is the Leaving Cert History Tutor, Patrick. Look me up on social media. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, of course the YouTube channel as well. Don't forget to subscribe. Here to help and answer your questions. Okay, till next time. Bye-bye.